welcome to the first LiveFitNow vlog of 2019. Well, how quickly did the last year go? There are so many things that I would like to start the year off to discuss. And I guess the first thing to hit on is New Year's resolutions. So I'm going to have a little bit of a chat today about whether or not you've made a resolution, whether or not it's a good idea, and how perhaps a few different processes that you could attack the year to get the most from it, because I have absolutely no doubt the next 12 months will go as fast, if not faster, than the last 12 months. So let's try and maximise what we can all achieve, what we want to achieve in the next 12 months. So we're already a few days in. Have you set yourself some resolution? I think the pressure's on. This time of year seems to be that time when everybody starts to think about their goals, what they've done in the last year, what they want to do in the next year, and that often materialises some New Year's resolutions. Now, if I'm honest, I'm not the biggest fan of New Year's resolutions. The main reason for this, I think, is the pressure that it puts upon yourself. It's very much, I need to do this. If I don't do it, I fail. So if you set yourself some healthy eating, food, diet, exercise, all those sort of ideas at this time of year, which is obviously very common, as all the advertisements are pushing us towards. If someone falls off the wagon, they immediately think, well, I've failed, I haven't achieved my New Year's resolution. I think if you look at it as a broader concept, as a time to think about what you want to be putting your focus upon, you can see that it's very much a long-term thing. So you're going to be looking at what sort of changes can I make? How can I change the choices I make in order to consistently work towards those things? That's not perfection, but consistently. So most of the time you're making choices that will work towards those goals. Sometimes you're not going to manage it. It's just the way it is. None of us are perfect. To be honest, aiming for it's going to make it hugely high pressure on yourself, when actually, if you are consistent over a long period of time, the results can be absolutely massive, and you do it in a very sensible and methodical way. You get there, you find that you work on goals that you have focused on, and you will subconsciously achieve other things that you didn't even necessarily think of. So rather than setting out a resolution, though for some people they work brilliantly, and if you know that you're one of those people, go for it, absolutely. But considering the failure rate of resolutions, I think it's probably better to think in a broader concept. So thinking about what you would like to achieve, and how exactly you can achieve them. So once you have some broad concepts of what you'd like to do this year, it may be you want to get healthier, you want to get fitter, you want to change jobs. You know, this can encompass your whole lifestyle. And once you have a feel for what you want to achieve, have a think about where you are right now, and then think about how you can attack and make those changes in order to reach those goals. So these aren't necessarily rigid plans. Sometimes it's a general concept, sometimes it's very specific, and if need be, writing out a specific plan. So if you're going to do a marathon, for example, you need to make sure you get yourself a training plan that builds up in a sensible way and actually make you physically and mentally able to run that distance. You wouldn't just run out and do 26 miles. It's not a sensible thing to do for body or mind. So that's a very specific thing. But actually, I think it's really important for most of us to really think about lifestyle, and that is more conceptual. For instance, what does a healthy lifestyle mean for you? What does healthy mean to you? Because to be honest, we all have our own idea of it, and there are certain things that generally need to be considered. You know, how much you move, what you're eating, how much sleep you're getting, how stressed you are. There's a lot of things to take into consideration, but really it's how you consider healthy to be. Because let's be honest, we're not all going to the doctor and being told we're unhealthy. We know, consciously whether or not we are as we should be. And I think an important element to think about with this subject area is, rather than just thinking about the pressures of New Year's resolutions and you should be doing this, that, and the other. Think about how you're feeling and how you want to feel. So it's really about looking inwardly and not outwardly, because I think the pressures of what everyone else is doing can sometimes make you lose sight of what you want. Because the truth is, if you really want something, you are far more likely to stick to the changes that you're going to do, because you have that ultimate goal in your mind's eye, and that is an incredibly powerful way to get more success. If it's someone else's idea of what you should be doing at this time of year, and it's not really truly what you feel, it's very unlikely that you're actually going to be sticking with it for very long, because you need the passion, you need the drive, you need that want and desire to really achieve those goals. Now, this might not be dramatic. It might be something as simple as increasing your water intake, making sure you take the stairs at work rather than the lift. Very small changes, but these things can add up over a long period of time, and it's something that you are aware of and conscious of that you would like to do. And making sure it's what you want to do is actually the first massive step about that. And it's easy to listen to your friends and family, which isn't a bad thing, because you might think, actually, yeah, I want to do that as well. Team up, and then you've got someone to support you through it as well, which will help. But if it's some other things you might have been thinking about but you never quite got round to, if you start taking those steps towards it, you are much more likely to achieve it. And there's that change at this time of year when you are absolutely bombarded of what happens in the new year. So all the adverts have switched. They're all about the healthy food, getting moving, all the gyms are advertising, which is all fine. If that's something that is going to work you towards your goals and you think you are going to actually use them and stick with them because you found a method that works for you, go for it. It's not a one size fits all, and it is important to find what works for you. So some people might think the best way of getting fit and healthy is going to the gym. But you know what? Some people absolutely hate the gym, so it's not going to work for them. So what can they do to move more and basically increase their daily activity? You can go for a walk, you can do the couch to 5K, you can give your house a spring clean. Housework, gardening, they are things that burn energy. They do not have to be sat in a gym room. If you are someone that likes to work out on your own, you might be able to find a program that works best for you that you can do at home or in the gym. If you prefer to work out with people, I would say try and find yourself a workout buddy, get a friend, family member, colleague to take part in something with you. Meet up with people so that you know you're more likely to do it. If you prefer to do things with people, you might want to join a class. You might want to join a boot camp group. Depends how much of a support network you want, but there are so many things out there. Another really good way of trying is to try a new sport. So not only are you challenging yourself because you'll be learning something new, it could be a way of making it fun, and once again, doesn't feel like exercise. If you have a lot of negative connotations with exercise, again, you're going to find every other thing to do other than the thing that you want to do. So it's about finding something that you really enjoy, because if you find something you enjoy, you're not going to be making those excuses. You're going to be looking forward to going the next time, and that is a massive help when you're trying to do something. Because remember, consistency is key. Motivation is extremely unreliable. Motivation comes and goes, but if you have put those systems into place, you will go on those days when you don't feel like it, and 9 times out of 10 you will feel brilliant because you've actually done it. So really have to think about what you want to achieve, how you can implement those changes, and the little tricks that you know will work for you, because we are all different. And finding the routine that works for you is really important as well. What time of day do you prefer to work out? Again, as I said before, on your own or in a group? Do you prefer things to change and mix up, or do you actually quite like the routine of doing the same thing? It really is about experimenting and learning from everything, and not thinking that anything is failing, if it's not spot on every time, first time, because these things take time, and it really is just chipping away at whatever it is you want to achieve. And if you keep going for the next 12 months, you will be in a whole different place this time next year. So for myself, I have looked at many different elements this year that I would like to work on. From a professional level, there are lots of areas that I would like to work on and have put some plans in place to be able to expand on each area. On a training level, I have set myself some challenges that are outside my comfort zone. I have some weight goals that I really want to achieve. I really just want to try and help you all get moving more, feel better, have more confidence, because they are absolutely priceless. We may all want to look better, but to feel good and healthy, it really is priceless. So if you'd like any help working towards the goals and achievements you'd like to make this year, feel free to get in touch, and I would love if you would comment and share and try and get the conversation going.